It's that time again.
He's Christian.
He's KJ.
And you're listening to We'll Get You Hip on comradio.com.
Let's get it!
Too many thoughts on my mind, I can't sleep at night, so I just keep writing.
Alright, welcome back to We'll Get You Hip here on comradio.com. I'm your boy Christian. That my man over there is my man KJ. How you doing, KJ?
It's a beautiful day in Happy Valley.
It is, very beautiful. Well, we're going to switch things up today. Instead of ending with Penn State, we're going to start with Penn State. It's their first road game against a decent Iowa team. Let's see if they can get to 4-0, stay in the rankings, or will Iowa upset them. The record's 14-12. Penn State in all-time games against each other. What do you think? What's going to happen? Talk to me.
I think it's a good point that we're playing in September, like kind of in September instead of end of the season, like November. That'll kind of help us in terms of like atmosphere and like what's going on, and like this is like first Big Ten competition, so I think we're gonna outmatch them, and I think we're gonna win.
Again, I've been saying this for weeks, and you know I'm gonna harp on it again. It's got to be Trace. Trace has to have a good game. He does.
I guess so.
You saw even against Georgia State, he was struggling throwing to the middle of the field. You can't be doing that. Yeah, you have the deep ball, you have the little trick plays with Tommy Stevens, and you can just give it off to Saquon, but if you can't dominate the middle of the field, you're a sitting duck. They're going to force you to win games, and if he can't even at least be 50%, it's not worth it. It's going to cost him many games. Because like even right now, what is it called? Penn State, Trace McSorley is 9 for 2 in touchdowns to interceptions, and Nate Stanley, their Iowa's quarterback, is 10 for 1. So he's actually holding the ball a lot better than Trace as it is. They're pretty evenly matched, even though, of course, one is ranked and one is not. In terms of the talent level, the only reason why I think is Iowa's wide receivers isn't that good. So if we can just shut down the wideouts and force the running back to win the game for us, I don't really see an issue. But again, it's football. You never know what's going to happen. And I know James is not doing this, and we shouldn't either. We shouldn't take this game lightly. We need to go out there and smoke them.
I think they're at the point where they know what's on the line. They know what they have to do. Everyone's saying, are they a legit Big Ten championship team? Can they repeat? What's it going to be like with all this pressure now? And they have a tough schedule ahead of them. And this tough schedule is just kicking off now. But I really think they're in a position. They have a lot of mature guys on the team that know it's time to handle business. Now it's they got 3 weeks of,
tune-up games, yeah.
Yeah, tune-up games basically now. Now it's getting real. So they got to step up to the plate.
Now, moving on from Penn State to all of college football. Now, this week, who do you have as your two upset picks, KJ?
My upset picks are going to be Mississippi State over Georgia.
Okay.
Mississippi State smoked LSU last week.
Yes, they did. They're playing
I don't
really
remember
well.
the last time I've seen LSU lose that bad. And it's also going to be, I don't know if I'm going to pick TCU, but I'm putting Oklahoma State on upset alert because TCU's offense is very good. Oklahoma State has arguably the best offense in the country.
Yes.
Pitt could not stop them from scoring last week.
Yeah, no.
It was fun to watch, to be honest. But, yeah, those are my two picks. I'm going to take Mississippi State over Georgia.
Okay, and then TCU.
After, riding that big win. And then I'm going to keep Oklahoma State because Oklahoma State's home.
Yeah, there's ours.
Who you got?
For me, I got USC Cal. Cal has been playing really, really good. As of late, and then
I'd love to see a USC loss early in the season.
They should have lost last week against Texas, but Texas blew it. I don't understand how that happened. All they had to do was literally stop Sam Darnold for 20 seconds, and then my next game is gonna be NC State and FSU. Florida State hasn't played in 2 games due to the hurricane. They lost their starting quarterback in the first game against Alabama, and NC State's not playing terribly. I think they're 2-1 at the moment, and let me just double check my stats here. Yep, Ryan Finley's has six touchdowns for almost 1,000 yards already, and NC State's actually leading in every statistical category, probably just because Florida State hasn't played.
This is basically just Florida State just kicking off their season again too.
Right, they need to get the rust off quick. If not, I don't see them blasting the top 25. If not, maybe number 25.
I feel bad for Florida State because they were number 3.
Yep.
To begin the season, and they lost to Bama. Bama took out their starting quarterback. Then the Hurricanes messed everything up for them down there.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're just like, all right, I guess we have to restart. They don't really have any other options. So
It's unfortunate.
it's a crappy situation, but I mean, Jimbo Fisher's a good coach, and he's not going to let the wheels fall off completely.
Oh, absolutely. I think they're probably still going to finish top 25, but they're probably not going to be finishing in the top 10. Let's run into some NBA.
The association.
The association. So there's not really like exciting news happening. It's more of like drama. Like this is the NBA Kardashian version of this for this week. It's kind of ridiculous. Kyrie recently went on First Take to discuss more on the trade that went down between the Celtics and the Cavs, and his thoughts and like why he didn't tell LeBron and so on and so forth. And of course, knowing Stephen A, he had things to say.
They had to press him, obviously.
Of course, they had to press him because it was one of the biggest trades of the year. Now,
of recent memory,
of course. And at least until Melo comes out, that could be another big trade.
Yeah, but everyone, that's whatever.
All right. So, what do you think? What did you think? What he had to say? Was it a good answer? Did you approve of his explanation?
It was strange to me because it was just kind of like, yeah, the thing I got from Kyrie in that interview was just kind of like he wanted to do his own thing, and he really didn't care what anyone thought of it. But at the same time, he kind of did care. Mm-hmm. It was a very strange interview on his part because he was just kind of like, oh, well, I was in China when someone leaked that I wanted to get traded, and I had already talked to the Cavs about this. And they asked him, well, did you talk to LeBron about it? And he was like, why would I have to? Which is correct. He doesn't need to talk. Kyrie's a grown man. He can make his own choices. But he's just like, no, I didn't care. I didn't care what went on. I just wanted to do my own thing. For me, it was more like, I don't mind the decision to leave. It is what it is. At this point, players leave all the time, even if the situation is good or not, i.e. Kevin Durant. So it doesn't matter to me at this point. At this point, right now, people I think are more focused on how the presentation is done. Right.
I mean, you have to do it right. You can't go like LeBron on TV and say, I'm taking my talents on the South Beach in front of everybody, and not even tell your staff. Not even tell the team you're leaving.
Well, everyone kind of does that now.
Exactly. So
they just get up and go. They don't.
But that's the thing. You have to at least leave, but now show at least a level of respect. There's no respect now within the league anymore. You can now, again, it's player controlled, but at least, sure, if it's player controlled, show some love for the people that kind of paid. And so, going back to Kyrie, I just feel like he shouldn't expect it to be kept quiet. He said, I was expecting to keep it between me and the organization. You're a top 10, top 15 player in the league.
In the world.
And you're a point guard, which is in a very dominant point guard game. You have to know you're going to come and you're playing with the best player in the world.
2 years ago, you just hit the game-winning shot in the finals, and now you want to leave.
Exactly. Like, it's going to come with consequences. It's going to come with the fall of the media.
Yeah.
You can't expect everything to be quiet anymore.
That was another weird thing. I felt like he was just going to be like, everyone's just like, oh, Kyrie wants to trade. It's like, no, dude.
Kyrie wants to trade.
You want to trade? Like, what?
And then moving on, other drama within the NBA.
From what it appears, it looks like KD was trying to tweet from fake accounts that he has.
Right, to defend himself.
Defending himself, pretty much saying like the real reason why he left OKC. But then he messed up and tweeted it out of his own verified account. Out of
his own official account, and it stated that he didn't like Billy Donovan, the staff wasn't treating him well.
He thought it was just him and Russ. He didn't really care about anyone else on the team. He didn't really think of them as winners. So.
Right, so... And all those are kind of valid points. I'm not going to lie. Valid points. Again, it's back to, talking about it, displaying it. How are you going to say things? And he, of course, did it the worst way possible through Twitter. And even if it was by accident. Now, everything... So you were... I don't know. For me, it was more like KD. I was kind of done with KD trade. Like, it happened. It's whatever. He won a championship. I'm happy for him. Does this take all that back at all?
It's just like, what do you need to do it for? But what's the point of doing it? Like, KD, like, after this, he said, like, oh, I like to interact with the fans, and I'm still going to interact with the fans. All right, but, like, you're
do it in a positive
kind of considered still public enemy number one in the league. A lot of people see you as a villain, or as everyone else like to call you a snake. And you go and pull something like this. Like, you just won Finals MVP. You just won your first championship. What do you need to go talk about OKC for?
Yeah, it is unfortunate because I do like KD. I'm a KD fan. I like the way he plays. He's from my area. I want him to do well. He's the second best player in the world. You can't wish anything but the best for him. But it doesn't excuse the fact that why do you have to defend yourself in a situation where you don't need to? You get paid millions of dollars. You get to play the game that you love. You get to be on national television. You get anything you could possibly ever dream of, and you still have to deal with the pettiness of fans. Fans are going to be fans no matter what. You could be, look, even what happened with D Wade. After D Wade left the Heat, longtime Heat fans were giving him garbage for leaving. It doesn't matter how loyal they are to you. Fans are fans. They're going to leave. They're going to get mad. They're going to get pissy. At that point, you just have to let it go. So let's start in some actual basketball analyzation here. NBA rankings recently just came out, power rankings, and it's causing a little bit of a stir. Not many people really agree with them. We're going to list them off right now. You have Golden State number 1.
Of course.
Houston 2. Spurs 3. Celtics 4. OKC 5. And the Cavs 6. Did ESPN get it right?
No. Not at all.
Not even close?
Nope. I don't know how you could put Houston number 2 because there's so many people that still think that it's going
to be a problem.
James Harden and Chris Paul aren't going to work.
I still think that.
I mean, I'm excited to see it, and I hope it works. But
right.
Those are like two dudes that like always need the ball in their hand.
Exactly.
No, I'm going to put the Cavs 2. These Cavs are still deep, man.
They are good.
Because if you think about it, they have LeBron. They just lost everyone but Kyrie. But then you still have a scorer in Isaiah. And whatever Isaiah doesn't do, LeBron's going to force D-Rose to do it. I'm going to say the Celtics number 3. Spurs number 4. OKC can stay there at 5.
You put Houston 6?
And Houston 6.
Really? Really going to put Houston down there?
Because I don't know how it's going to work. But I think Russ is going to like... Russ and KD... Sorry.
Paul George.
Rest in peace to that. Russ and Paul George. I think it's going to work well between them.
It's going to be interesting.
Because they're both scorers, but they're both like good passers also.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy... Russell just averaged a triple-double the entire season. So he doesn't mind passing at all.
I'm not going to say Cavs are going to be second. I'm still going to say Golden State's first. I say the Spurs second. The Cavs third. Celtics fourth. Houston 5th, OKC 6th. The only reason why I say that is there's something there's something that all these teams have and the Cavs don't. It's youth. There's a lot of youth on all these teams, and it's like talented youth. Think about that. You have aging veterans on a Cavs team that are all win now, want their rings so they can retire and run off into the sunset. But they're old.
But they're still ballers, though.
They're efficient. There's a difference between balling out and efficient. No, so then I like the Spurs just because, of course, you can't go wrong with Pop. You can't go wrong with the system. Kawhi is a baller. He has to stay healthy.
Yeah.
And he probably needs one other weapon. LaMarcus Aldridge unless they get LaMarcus Aldridge the right touches like he was in Portland. The Celtics, I like Kyrie's young and ready to go. He's in his prime.
Still in his prime.
And then Gordon Hayward's in his prime. Marcus Smart, a solid defender, in his prime. Marcus Morris is in his prime for his position. Horford is on the downturn.
Don't forget about the rookie.
And Jason Tatum, he's not even in his prime, and he's still getting buckets.
He's one of my favorite rookies.
This Celtics team is not terrible, and the scary part is they only can get better. Alrighty, that'll be it for us today on We'll Get You Hip. Tune in every Thursday 5 to 6 here on commedia.psu. Go on our YouTube channel, check out the highlights that we post every single week. Go like us on Instagram and Facebook. FloresC_2002. Go ahead.
For which one?
You're either one, boy.
Calfani_J for Instagram.
Okay.
KALFANI. Sorry.
Alright, and then go follow the show's Twitter at GetHip_PSU. Give us a like. Show us some love, comment. We want to get to know our who's listening to, okay? So thanks again. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys next week.